Hey man, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the OPA to OPM podcast. I'm sorry, OPA to OPM podcast. And thank you for thanking the gracious with your time. And what's going on, Alex?
Man,
Uneventful day, right?
Eventful.
Eventful
week. Yeah.
2 weeks.
I mean,
Not
just
a week. It's been a week. Yeah.
It's New Year's. It's been quiet. What's going on?
Man, phone been blowing up every 3 to 5 seconds. It's just blowing up. You know, new notifications, TikTok, Instagram, just like clockwork.
Okay. So you got a product. What's going on? What's happening to timeline?
Progress, man. It's really just been a lot of progress. It's just like a lot of delayed gratification. Things finally paying off after years of just like working and stuff. And I had some videos that went viral, and then I realized like how the algorithm worked, and I just stuck with it. And so I think I have like 9 videos that have all gone viral, all over 100K. The top one is like just hit 5 million when y'all pulled up.
Wow.
That's on Instagram. On TikTok, it's at 3.5 million. So it's
Right,
like,
bro.
appreciate
Yeah, no, that's major.
it.
So tell us about these videos. Like, what's going on in these videos?
Man.
Tell the audience, for those who have not seen or heard what's going on.
All right. So basically, what happened was I rented out my house to some people on Airbnb. It was actually funny because I was in Baltimore cleaning up, and then I had to get like some duvet covers, and I was like, I just order on Amazon. Cool. It's supposed to come on the following Wednesday, so I left to go to Laurel to go grab a haircut. I get to Laurel. As soon as I get there to go get something to eat, I get a notification from Airbnb saying a booking request.
Okay.
Same day.
Sounds good so far.
Right. And I was like, I don't know. I don't like same day requests. It's a couple days, but I really need it. I was in a position where I really needed the money and stuff because December was just a slow month of Airbnb. So they didn't have any reviews. I was really hesitant on that, but I was like, if they're verified, I'll try it, right? Just because I need the money, and I ain't trying to pay 2 mortgages back to back out of pocket. So run back up, go buy the stuff. I actually kind of caught a flat tire on the way up, which is kind of crazy. And I rented out, I rented out my house, and the first red flag was the dude had a dog as his profile picture.
Oh, okay. That's nice.
Yeah,
That's different. Definitely
Yeah.
different.
I was desperate was the key word, right? And so what ended up happening was they trashed the place. After 2 or 3 days, they ended up trashing the place.
Wow.
Yeah. So my neighbors was calling me. My neighbor was calling me. He's like, "Hey, today they're a little loud." I was like, "All right, cool." Send him a message. Hey, noise complaint. Keep it down. Sends me another one. He's like, "Yeah, they got this car parked out in the middle of the street. You know, it's been here for 2 days. Nobody knows what's going on with it." So I sent him a message like, "Yo, noise complaint, and you know, there's stuff going on with the house."
Okay.
You know.
So these like 2 warning
Yeah,
signs.
because I'm one booking away from superhost status.
Right.
So I'm like just I'm in a desperate situation financially, and I'm trying to get superhost status, right? So I'm like, yo, this booking right here could make or break me. If I have a good review, superhost status. If I have a bad review, well, now I gotta wait a full 90 days because my rating would be too low, right? And so New Year's happened, or like it was like the 2nd, and my neighbor was just like, yo, they doing too much. They too loud. They in and out of the house all the time. They have a crazy amount of people there, like 20-something cars all lined up on the street. And I'm like, Airbnb, get them out of my house. Like, this is too much. And this all happened within the span of like 3 or 4 hours. So it wasn't like it was like,
Oh, so all these signs were the same day.
yeah. So it's like, I think the first one was like at night, and then the next day it was like within like 2 to 3 hours. I sent another one, and then they were like, oh, he's throwing a party. I was like, all right, get him out. So I think that was at like 10, 11 o'clock in the day, and they didn't get out until Airbnb didn't get them out until like 8 p.m. or something like that.
So is this New Year's Day or New Year's Eve?
This is like the 2nd, January
wow.
2nd.
Wow. Okay.
So, and I'm checking my camera. I see all the people going in and out, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is because I was just moving too fast, right? I had too much going on. I was moving too fast. I didn't realize that they only requested for 4 people, but the whole time when I counted just on in 3 clips, because my doorbell camera, it was like 12 people going in and out. And then I was like, wait a minute. I started scrolling through all the feed and stuff, bro. They was going in and out of the house because it senses motion.
Yeah.
Every 3 to 5 minutes, 24 hours a day, they was going in and out of the house. Sometimes, every 30 minutes.
Wow.
But for the most part, multiple times within the hour, every day, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 in the morning, all the way through the night, back into the next morning. For 3 days straight. And I just, because, my camera is so sensitive, it picks up cars, so I turn off the notifications.
I was about to say, what was your notification?
Yeah, everybody's like, well, why didn't you notice it? I'm like, one, I'm not perfect. I don't make out to be perfect, right? I'm still learning Airbnb. I just got my short-term rental license in September last year.
From Baltimore City.
Baltimore City. It's very tough to get that in the first place.
Correct.
And so I finally just got that because all my other stays were 90 days. So yeah, they basically what ended up happening is I put up TikToks and reels of what was going on. Them breaking glass on my driveway, doing literally throwing fireworks in the grass, right? They lucky didn't burn my house down. But
This is crazy.
Yeah, throwing fireworks in the grass. The dude lit a firework, it tipped over. He's like, and then just kicks it and then runs, right? And the fireworks starts going off. So I uploaded that video. I uploaded the video of them just like yelling at like 4 a.m. coming into the house.
Not giving a fuck about the neighbors.
None of that, bro.
The deer in the oven.
Oh, bro.
Whoa. What?
So, all right. So my first video is the one that went viral, and so I didn't even like show the glass because there's kids that walk on that street to school. Because I live down the street from elementary school. There's glass everywhere, right? But what I did show was, I was basically like, yo, they trashed the coffee table. They took a cushion. They broke my TV. The TV thing was for views, right? Because you got to grab the attention of people in the first place.
Yeah, that's what I've seen the comments. That's what the main trigger point with some
That
people.
was it.
Everything's fake because the TV thing is fake. Like,
And I admit several times in the comments, I'm like, yo, this was just for views. Like, why would I purposely choose the very first YouTube video of a cracked screen and think I'm gonna get away with it? That don't make sense. I'm too smart for that. So, but to fast forward, next thing I showed that there was a hole in that wall. They had broke my dining table, bought a new one, put that in the Airbnb, broke my chairs, bought new chairs that all mismatch, right? Hideous. Like, there was like wood and then zebra print chairs.
they broke the chairs.
And then bought new ones from they still had the tags on them, bro.
At least they tried to be good. Good Samaritans.
And they bought it from like Goodwill or something like that because they still had the tags on the joint. And then I showed, all right, this room dirty, this room also dirty, bathroom trash, and they pour bleach down the tub. And the crazy part is I literally just paid $400 to get the tub redone. And the dude was like, yo, this joint's gonna last 25 years. The only thing you gotta do is just make sure they use just regular soap. Don't put no bleach or no like harsh chemicals, because that's the only thing that'll mess it up. Seeing that bleach bottle, I was like, god damn. There's blood spots on the walls. And then in the third room, there's blood on the carpet. Or what we think is blood. I don't know. I ain't touching that. All right. And then this is where it starts getting hectic. I go to the kitchen. I open up the first cabinet. There's not one, but there's 2 bags of cake. And I'm not talking like cake you just bought at the store, put it in a bag real quick, no, neatly. I'm talking someone and stuffed 2 bags. like
they just grabbed.
Bro, it is like, the little tote bags that you go to like Whole Foods for your groceries. Yes.
Yeah.
Filled to the brim, tied to the knot, and cake falling out of it. I'm like, what were y'all gonna do with 2 bagfuls of cake? And then there was another cake I don't know if y'all peeped, there was another cake on the shelf. And then
there was like 3 or 4, 5 or 6 different cakes.
Yeah.
No, bro.
I counted. You would have thought it was a bar mitzvah, a birthday, Hanukkah, Christmas,
9.
New Year's, like
9 what?
Cake.
9 cakes.
God.
Who was eating that much cake?
Bro, so it gets worse. So I go to the other cabinet. That joint's filled with fruits and vegetables and all this stuff. I took the pineapple. The pineapple's good. It's going straight. great. I really thought
That's why it's fake, because you see the pineapple. That's why people thought it was fake.
I was like, I might take the bananas, but I was like, that's a big pause moment. So, I left the bananas in that joint. And so they broke all my glasses. They broke all my drinking glasses. They broke every one of my wine glasses. Bought new glasses and put them joints, like little champagne glasses in there, and put them in there.
Flutes and shit.
Broke all my mugs. They put bones and everything, all the food down in the drain, stopped the drain up, and now there's like my dishwasher, I have to like vacuum that out.
Wow.
And get a plumber to come out and deal with that. They took 80% of my silverware, right? The only thing I got is spoons. I'm like, bro.
Hold on, so they replaced everything but the silverware?
No, they didn't even replace the silverware, they just took it.
Oh, that's what I'm saying, they didn't replace that.
Yeah. So then I opened up the other cupboard up there. There's cake and tinfoil. There's another cake over here. So now we're at what? There's 2 tote bags. That's 4. That's at least 2 to 3 cakes in each tote bag.
Correct.
That's a lot of cake. Right?
Mind you, they weren't wrapped.
They weren't wrapped.
just
There's
cake and
another
bag.
one on the top shelf of that. So that's what? So it's 2, 4, 5. Another one up here. That's 6. And then I go into the refrigerator. These are the biggest cakes I ever seen in my life. I'm talking 2 double-decker Costco-sized cakes sitting on top of each other, and there was 2 of them, right? So now that's what, 7, 8, but really the equivalent of like more. But we'll get to the rest of that later. And there was some other food I couldn't recognize, and then they just threw raw vegetables and fruit into like there, and another pineapple was in there. And then I go to the oven, man.
So have we figured out what exactly was that?
I never seen a bird that big.
Bro.
So I think there's a deer.
I'm in the gym consistently, and you saw me in the video. I'm like, nah, I can just. This junk got weight to it. That bird was so big, bro, and it was 3 of them.
Time out. As Markel said, are we sure it was a bird?
Bro, I don't
That might
know
have
what
been a
that
turkey
junk
vulture.
was, bro. Some comments said it was goat.
I'm telling
Might have been
Somebody
it might have been a goat.
Somebody
Like,
said it was
huge.
eagle. I was like, bro, I ain't never seen, and it wasn't something where it was like on aluminum foil or a pan.
They
It
just
was
threw it in the oven.
just raw eaten. I'm like, did they eat it and throw it in there, or did they throw it in there and then eat off of it? But it was just raw molded bird. I don't know what that thing was.
We
Right?
should ask the ask the guest.
We'll get the buddy.
We'll get to that eventually.
So it's just like 3 big ass and for context, like again, like one was like this big. There was a small one, and then a smaller one. I was just like, bro, this is just OC.
We're talking about the bird or whatever it was.
I don't know what it was. So that joint stunk to high heaven. Like instant gag reflex as soon as you open it, because it's just festering. It's like
mold and shit. So.
They ruined my pots. Some of my pots they actually took, but the other ones like filled to the brim with oil, like cooking oil. I go downstairs, scratched all over the wall. The shoe molding tore that out.
Floorboards and shit,
Yeah. There's cake over here. That's not. There's cake over there on the floor. I'm not. When I say cake on the floor, I mean someone just like and then smeared it in the floor and shit. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And then there's another cake on the plate in the chair, and I'm just like, bro, why do y'all have so much cake? And there's cigarettes there. They found out that it was a woman who smoked them Jones. The comments, I don't know how they knew that.
Wow.
I found out a day later when I actually watched the footage that it actually was a woman. I was like, man,
How did they find that?
I don't.
Oh,
They
what
said it was
footage?
a brand.
Because of the Marlboro.
Marlboro, yeah, the gold pack apparently is what women smoke.
Okay.
Okay, that's good to know.
They pissed all over my toilet. They broke the door frame, like someone like right into the door and broke that junk.
Somebody girl was getting hit.
Yeah, but I don't know about that. My rug, it's red spots. I don't know if it's blood or what, but it's just red spots all over that junk. They ruined that. one of my dining set chairs was in the basement, just tossed to the side. And these dirty motherfuckers took all my paper towels. I bought the supersized, big ass Sam's Club, 40 pack of paper towels. And these dirty motherfuckers only left one.
Got him.
Bro, I'm looking at it, John. I'm like, bro, there's only one paper towel in this joint. Mad as shit.
Paper.
I'm like, oh no, they left the toilet paper.
Over.
Yeah, it was cool with the toilet paper. But they took all the, I'm like, bro, what y'all, oh, they took all my sheets. They took my sheets, my comforters. They changed, on one of the beds, they changed the sheets. And I'm like, bro, y'all bought new sheets. Did y'all piss in the bed or something?
Hey man, ain't
So-
no telling what kind of party that was.
Bruh, I don't know, but they took all the shit, and because I knew the reason I knew they took my sheets is because all my sheets were on the shelves in the closets, clean. Every closet was clean. I'm just
They
like,
just raided the house, basically.
They
Bro.
were having a toga party. That's what
I don't know. So, and then I checked the footage as well. They were throwing lit cigarettes into the grass. At one point, there was just like, you just see 3 dudes just, next dude. I'm like, y'all are really lucky y'all did not burn my house down. Like, this is crazy. Lit cigarettes, lit fireworks. They had a hookah joint, right? I didn't even upload that joint. I still got more to upload, right?
Wow.
I have,
content for days.
bro, I have, 8 reels of content? And I still have more to go? And that's not even including Buddy. So for context,
Hold on, before we let's introduce that. But let's get into that a little bit later. Let's get into this a little bit later. All right. So one thing that stood out from how you introduced this was same day booking.
yeah,
No reviews, and didn't even have a picture of a human as the avatar.
all red flags.
Like all red flags. Like what was going through your mind? I heard you say that, hey, I need this.
Right.
It was slow in December, and I need this for my superhost. But was there any, reservation about accepting this?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I was talking to my co-host, and I was like, bro, I don't know about this jump, but it's like, it's either this or I come out of pocket. And
Right.
in the back of my mind, I was like, if anything were to happen, there's still air cover, right? Because we're talking like,
So what is that air cover?
so air cover is basically an insurance policy that Airbnb has in place. It's $3 million of coverage per booking. In the event that if the guest does not pay, then air cover will come in and then reimburse you for damages and stuff.
Oh, so is it just for not paying, or is it for if the guest literally damages the house?
Right, that's what it's for. It's like if something's damaged and you send the request to the guest, and the guest is like, I'm not paying that, or they just don't respond to it, you can then within 24 or after 24 hours, you contact Airbnb and say, hey, they didn't respond. Can you guys like pitch in or kick in and take over and handle this situation?
Okay.
And so that's where the progress is at now. It's like I have to get all the estimates and get everything together to present to Airbnb. And boy, it is 5 figures.
Hold on. 5 figures. That's a wide range.
Yeah, everyone's
from
lower.
anywhere
from
from
10 to 90.
yeah.
Can we get an
From
exact?
10 to 99.
Right.
Can we get a little more exact?
Yeah.
Let's say more than 10K, probably less than 25. I don't know the exact amount
Okay.
until I finish getting
Okay.
the quotes. But
Still, that's not
That's a lot.
anything
That's
cheap.
not
That's
very
not something you could just
small.
go in your pocket and grab. So.
right. Because like as soon as they started messing up door frames, they threw my Wi-Fi router down, my Alexa. Those are things that are like a couple $100 for the Wi-Fi and stuff. And my home security system, they unplugged all that stuff through the I don't know where the wires are for it, but I have to get an all new one because they damaged it and stuff. So this stuff's not cheap. And the oven, bro, I need a new stove because there's no way I can have that oven knowing that it was moldy, mildew, raw or cooked. I don't know what that stuff was, but there's no way I can do that because if someone, cooks something in the oven and gets sick, I'm liable. Right?
Correct.
Plus the carpet, has stains in it. So, carpet is not cheap, right? You're talking a couple $1,000s there. So, yeah, no, it's going to be a pretty hefty price tag on stuff.
Okay. You have a question, Bill? Alright, so I have another question, man. I'm assuming because the home will have to be lifted from Airbnb to, get fixed.
Right.
How does Airbnb make it right for you? Is like in terms of lost bookings, so that means like lost money. So does Airbnb make that right at all?
They actually don't. One of the things that they said that they do is if you had a booking that was already set, and then you have to cancel it, all right, cool, they'll cover that.
Okay.
But literally the next day after I found all this stuff out, and I'm like, yo, like, this is not good. Like, we have to do repairs. I get a booking request for like $800 for like a day or two. And I'm like, I have to reach out to them. I'm like, yo, I can't go through with this. We need to do repairs. The day after that, I get a $3,000 booking.
Wow.
Now this would have been my mortgage and then some for the entire month, and I have to now pass up on it. I call Airbnb. I'm like, yo, this is not good. Like, this booking was from January 29th to the 3rd, and we kicked them out on the 2nd. And I can't have any more bookings probably for the rest of the month.
December 29th to January 3rd.
Right, of 2023.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, I can't get any more bookings for the rest of the month. So now I have to come out of pocket for the mortgage. And not to mention the fact that when my neighbor was the one who found, like, who went to the house the next morning, and he called me. He's like, bro, this is not good. And I'm like, what do you mean it's not good? He's like, not only is your front door open, but your back door is both of them are wide open. The heat's on 90 degrees, full blast, and all your lights are on. So now I got an electric bill that's about to be sky high because it's been running since 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Add that to
the
Damages. Yeah.
I'm gonna try, but I don't know. Airbnb has a way of, their policies are set up to be like, nah, it's like most insurances. They're going to deny everything, and you have to like physically force it, and they're still going to be like, no, like, we're only going to cover things that were damaged. So we're not going to cover your bills. We're not going to cover your lights. We're not going to cover a lot of this stuff that was, that ended up happening.
I have a feeling they may want to change that just based off the content just going viral, and it doesn't look good for Airbnb.
Right. I can hope.
It doesn't look good for them at all because, like this morning, I woke up and Airbnb was trending. I was like, no way, this is Alex.
Was it?
Private. It wasn't. So it was another guest renter left a property damaged. And Airbnb were saying how they weren't going to cover.
Accommodate the.
Yeah. So. Like, it's trending, so now Airbnb doesn't look good. There's already a lot of people right now who are saying, like, I don't like Airbnb. It doesn't give me the things I'm looking for. Like, I would rather stay in a hotel. I get room service. I get just all the benefits and the amenities that come with being in a hotel that you don't get with Airbnb. And so now, on top of that,
you're leaving your host,
your contractors,
right? Your contractors high and dry, and it's like, bro, like, we're the ones making you money. And I found this out on my booking that got canceled in November, right? I had a booking for 30 days, and it was set to be like $4,000, right? And I was like, bro, I'm good off this if this goes through. So story was, I had some people from California. They requested to come out for 30 days. They booked within like 7 days, right? My policy says if you book or a trip, and within 7 days of that trip starting, if you cancel, then you're not set to get any refund, right?
Okay.
Because that basically blocks off my calendar, and nobody else can book. And if I miss out on bookings, then I miss out on bookings. So within, like, I think 3 hours of them booking, they ended up canceling, and I was like, all right, go ahead. I'm not giving you the full refund because, like, your reason for doing it is because you don't feel safe in that area. You haven't even flown in yet, and you're saying that you feel unsafe in this area. My neighborhood is damn near gentrified.
Where's the Airbnb at?
Baltimore.
Well, I can see how that can.
I get what you're saying, but it's just the stigma behind
exactly.
Baltimore.
But
And
they-
you know what they did? They probably did the Google. What's it called?
No,
Google
so-
Maps.
So they said that because you gotta remember, my house is right on that gentrification line, where if you literally look that way, every house from my house that way, or not every house, but like majority of houses are fully renovated. If you look this way, they're like some of them are not renovated, but you have to go all the way to the other end of the block, like a quarter mile away, and then it starts getting rough, right? So, but
and
they
for
said-
those who don't know, people in Baltimore in this or the DMV area, Baltimore is literally like a block by block. So one block may look good, the very next block could look like a third world country. So my bad to cut you off.
But it's like, bro, why would you, if y'all, that's like a hefty amount that y'all paying, 4 bands. So why would you not do your research on that area? Like you can literally see on a map where everything is at. So they're like, oh, we don't feel safe. They told Airbnb they didn't feel safe. They told me that they just wanted to be closer to Fat Hill. I'm like, I guess, but I'm also 12 minutes from downtown. So I get, whatever. I said, but you're wasting my time by doing that, so I'll give you 75% back. So I had to go back and forth with Airbnb for a month straight to get my money because they were like, oh, well, we paid you. I said, yo, y'all paid my co-host out the 10% of his payout, right? Because that's how we set up. They were like, well, yeah, that's it. I said, bro, 25%. So I had to figure out the hard way of how much Airbnb is actually charging. Because on my side, I see that Airbnb charges like $5,200 minus all their fees, and I was getting like $4,400, right? One of their guys messed up, and I was cooking his ass. I said, how much is the amount? Because you're telling me 25% is $400. That don't make sense. He's like, oh, I can't tell you. I said, nah, how much? Like, let's do the math. And then he eventually told me, he said $6,100. But I'm like, $6,100, but I see it says that the guest paid $52, so that's an extra $900, and Airbnb is saying that they're taking a 3% fee of that total booking. But what they're actually doing is they have this hidden fee that they're charging the guest, and then they show you this fee, another fee that the guest is charging, are getting paid, are paying, and then they're taking off that. So there's like they're triple and quadruple dipping.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you're not taking care of your people. Like, why is there so much profit going to you guys and you're not able to just take care of your company?
And with no liability, without the liability. Well, I can't say with no liability because it is Airbnb's platform, but it's not their property getting damaged. It's your property or my property. That's
it's like Uber. It's like we're, as a contractors, we're taking the biggest risk. Because my house is the one that's getting destroyed. My bills are the ones that are going up. My neighbors are the ones that are getting affected. And you're providing the platform for people to then find us, but you're still taking so much of the profit. Like the amount doesn't make sense. What's the math on that?
What you said, 3% of what, 52?
5,500?
Nah, 6,100.
Oh, 6,100.
So if I'm getting paid 44
$1,800
out of 6,100. That's 72%. That means they're getting 28% on this stuff. But they make it so hard for the contractor.
72. They're getting 72%.
No, they're taking 28%. So
Damn,
he's getting
28% is
72%.
still a lot, though.
Yeah, 28% to be a middleman's job.
Yeah,
crazy.
that's a job. Like, yeah.
And it's like, oh well, we're providing the insurance. So it's like, no, you're taking that out of my pay.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're not doing anything. And it's like, I'm not saying like, oh, Airbnb is trash, I'm not going to ever use it again. I'm still going to use it because it's the best alternative that I have right now compared to anything.
Well, or just okay, I can see that. I was gonna say, is it a better alternative than like having a more stable renter?
What does people know?
Huh?
I said, what else do people know other than Airbnb?
Is that Verbo?
Yeah, you have VRBO, you have HomeAway, you have long-term renters where they're signing, 6
lease.
to 12 month
Yeah.
leases and stuff like that. And it's, or you could have your own website.
I'm about to say, so there's trade-offs with the lease. Like Airbnb all have like a long-term lease. The long-term lease is way less money,
Right.
and so there's not that much profit in it.
Right.
But it's less consistent, and you would think they would take care of the property, and so there's less wear and tear on the home. That could add up. But like you said, Airbnb, it's more profit. It's more
profit. It's like it's a double-edged sword because it's more profit, but it's also tougher because it's like you're getting more consistent bookings.
Exactly, and you're getting more people coming in and out the home. So with
So
more
like,
people coming in and out the home, that you run that risk of you run into the situation that you're in. Right.
And it's like there's a lot of stuff that you can do to vet it. Like one thing that I'm learning, or I wish I did or had in place, was a noise detection monitor, right? Someone in the comments was like, "Yo, use Minute, it's MINUT, noise monitor, occupancy monitor."
We might put that in the edit just to show people.
Yeah, and like a loud TV would have triggered that right away, right? And it would have caused me to go look at the cameras and be like, "Wait a minute. There's 4 people that are supposed to be here. Y'all have 12. This is a party, right? Because it only sleeps. My place only sleeps 9. So why do you have 12 people going in and out of the house? That don't make sense. So that would have deaded it right then and there. So again, that's why I say I'm not perfect, and I'm not fully blaming Airbnb, but I am going to blame myself because there's a lot of things that I could have put in place to prevent this. On the flip side, that's glass half empty side. Glass half full, bro. In less than a week, my followers went from 1,000, like 1,200.
You gotta check 30K. Really gotta check by the minute.
So I can't bullshit.
He's probably over 30K within the last 30 minutes since we've been recording.
Right. So I wonder if I can do this. So on the camera, you can see I had 26.1 thousand followers. Right. I refresh it. What did it say?
He's at 29. Hey, I was not that far off.
Can't bullshit you. 29.3.
I said 30.
Goodness
Right?
gracious.
Almost 30,000 followers. I went from 1,200 to almost 30,000 followers.
In 30 minutes.
Not 30. That was crazy.
That was hold on. We got into the studio about what? 15 minutes before
No,
we
you're
started
talking
recording?
about the
1,200 to 30.
Okay. No.
Now,
Okay.
when we got in here, I was at 25,000.
Okay. Yeah.
So 4,000 followers, and the time that it took us to set up, and 30 minutes into the podcast. So
About 45 minutes to an hour.
45 minutes, 4,000. I'm averaging
100,000.
1,000 every 10 minutes.
Okay, so, that's kind of crazy you brought that up because, like, me and you have been going back and forth because we've been consistently trying to build, like, a brand, right? A personal brand. Now, luckily, well, not luckily because the damage to the property, but it's kind of crazy how we were saying that when you're consistent and you got, if you're religious, you're like what God can do for you, right? Because
working mysterious.
yeah, exactly, right. Because we've been trying to do this and you just told me like you was going to take a brick because you're not breaking through that glass ceiling.
Yeah, because my videos were only averaging like 200 to 800, less than 1,000 views.
Exactly.
And I was like, bro, I'm gonna just take a break. Like I ain't getting the traction.
But look at God.
Right, in the very first video I post, coming back off that break, 5 mil.
Wow.
The second one after that, hold on, let me.
Hey, I got a house too, so if y'all want.
So let me see the numbers real quick. 5.2 million on that one. The part 2 was 382. Part 3 is 497.
Wow.
Part 4, 447. Part 5, 550. 521. Part 6 is 500. And the one that I just posted I think I posted this at like 5:30. Is 113,000. So it's a blessing in disguise because like there's a lot of things that I needed to replace in the house. Over time, because this is my second year going into the house.
Congrats on that too. That's major. That's actually major.
Time's fine too.
Yeah,
man.
I've had a lot of shit going on.
Correct.
A lot of people are like, yo, how are you so calm? I'm like, bro, I've had to dig a trench 4 feet, 3 feet wide, 4.5 feet down, in 90-degree weather on my birthday. 30 feet long by myself with all rocks, concrete, and all bricks and everything in the yard.
It's better than me because I'm just paying for my house.
I didn't have the money.
Professional.
I did
Yeah.
not have the money. That was a $5,000 job, and I'm like, bro, I just got this house, and I had rats and mice, that I had to get an exterminator to get them out. I didn't even know they lived together. I had to get them out. As soon as I got them out, I'm like, bet I can, I'm sorry, I got furniture in it. Then I realized I had rats and mice because it was the first night I slept there. As soon as I got them out, I then had water coming into the house, right? As soon as that, I fixed that. Actually, not as soon as, in the middle of me fixing that, I finally got my first renter who stayed, and I think I made like 10 bands in like a month and a half.
Wow.
I bought my house for $9,500 and then made 10 bands in 2 months, right? Crazy.
Money back all just off of one booking.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm like, yo, Airbnb is like, it's hard to, you get mad at it because like of the way that you get treated as a host, but then the results are so much more. So I've been through a lot of shit in that time. Oh, in the winter time, last year, a week ago, I had water come back into the house after I thought I fixed it. And, I'm outside, and y'all remember when it was that freezing cold, like, blizzard that came through?
Yeah.
And we hit like negative 20 degrees? I was outside with a hose trying to siphon water. Because I had water seeping into my house.
Oh,
the sump pump was running non-stop for like 8 hours. Because I didn't realize that the trench wasn't being able to push the water out far enough, because it was just pushing it. The water was going out, and then it was seeping back into the ground and coming back into the trench I dug. So, all right, yeah, it's cool. That's cool. So yeah, it's like a lot of shit happened, but it's like I'm grateful for it because again, like I had stuff that was already deteriorating. I needed deep cleaning already, but now I don't have to come out of my pocket for that kind of stuff. I guess I got air cover that's not going to cover because they stained things. So yeah, so I like I said, I appreciate y'all for Day Mill for consistently consistently pushing me and shit. Markel, you was there like from the beginning and shit. Like I appreciate y'all, man.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna continue to push because I need to do that shit for you, man.
Yeah, it's for me. I'm not gonna hold you. Like
I need my profile. I need something for my profile to go viral right now.
I mean, not even that, bro. Like for you, bro. I just feel like this was a gift in disguise. Maybe it ain't come how you wanted it to, but bro, it's time to really like capitalize on it. And I'm that's what I'm gonna push you to do. Just all right, if I see you dropping off or not being consistent, bro, like I'm gonna be on you, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
So actually, like I was telling him today, or not yesterday, but yesterday, like, yo, as soon as you can, turn on monetization. But me and you, we need to start reaching out to brands to see, hey, who aligns with our content, and let's start getting you paid, right? Because now you have an audience.
Yeah.
And so with that audience, maybe like a local brand or it's a brand period who aligns with our content, they need to be in front of our audience, right? So yeah, so we're definitely gonna keep going and we're gonna push this into greater heights.
Yeah. I think everybody needs that kind of like core team around them, just to be like, yo, even though it's your time to shine, like you gotta crank, bro. Like because I only have genuine people around me and stuff. Where I only have genuine people around me because like those people around me know that I ain't doing this shit by myself. I don't purport to do this shit by myself. I tell people straight up like, yo, this wasn't possible without such and such, such and such, such and such. And because I know myself, I'm just be like, yo, I got other things I'm gonna do. I got life and shit. And so again, it's like having those people to push you to do better and be better is really what allows me to like be that great person. Because again, it's like y'all genuine people and shit. I respect that shit and appreciate that shit. So,
Alright.
we had to do a little intermission. My boy Kel had to step on out.
I really appreciate him coming. He's going to be a regular going forward. Maybe not every episode, but he's going to be more involved in
as often as possible.
You may remember him if you go back a couple episodes. He's one of our first guests. So we appreciate him coming back and just enjoying the crew.
Yeah. So we were Talking about old buddy.
Yeah. Let's get into this, man, because this is hilarious. This is hilarious.
All right.
So let me introduce it.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. So, Alex's posts have been going viral on TikTok, Instagram, and damn, I've seen a post on Twitter. It's not going viral on Twitter yet.
And the crazy part is, it wasn't me.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't even him that posted it.
Yeah.
But Airbnb was trending. That's another topic. Airbnb is really step your game up.
Shout out Neo Davis too.
Yeah, shout out Neo Deviso.
Deviso?
I think it's Deviso.
Oh, my fault.
It's all good. You know, he sent a VIP. So he paid for it. So
I ain't pay for it.
yeah, we'll get back to you later on down the line. But yeah, so his post is going viral, and one of the guests who we've been talking about actually saw one of the posts, and
was not happy.
he seemed very excited to be trending. Yeah, exactly. So I think he sent Alex a thank you note, right?
Yeah.
And so let's talk about this. How did this come about, and what's going on in this video?
So what I ended up doing was I posted a video of my front doorbell camera, because a lot of people are like, oh, this is fake, you're faking things, insurance fraud.
I've seen a lot of those comments.
Right? And I was like, all right, cool. Here's the video. Like, I don't know what religion, race, creed, whatever these people are, and I can't make out their language. I know a lot of languages. I can pick. Well, I don't know them, but I can pick up on them. I was like, I cannot pick up on this. What is this? And so, I just try to make it as funny as possible, attention grabbing as possible, and it was of the family, like their faces going in and out of my house and everything. So, and this is outside. This is not inside the house. This is all outside of the house.
Correct.
Doorbell camera stuff. And so he was in one of the videos, and I had actually found out through the comments, like right before you were pulled up, that his friends were tagging him, right? Because it made millions of views, and so his friends started seeing, and they tagged him, and then he made a response video, and it was I'm gonna play it real quick.
Well, we'll probably play it, but we'll probably have to add it into the edit, because it's not gonna come out clear.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna do it here.
Yeah, that's fine. What I'll do is I'll grab that. While I edit it, I'll grab that reel from you, so I can put that in the final edit.
Yeah, I think he is still on his page actually.
Oh wow! So it's on his page. So we found his page.
Yeah. So, bro, I found his family.
Wow, we found.
Don't play me, little boy.
We found the family. Oh wow!
Right,
is that? Hold on,
the family.
I'm about to say, is that your house?
No, that's his face. That's their Facebook.
Okay.
I found the family Facebook.
Okay.
Don't play with me.
Okay. He
He
seems familiar from the video.
Right. That's one of the dudes. That's their Facebook. No, I got names. Buddy. So.
And we have him on social media making I would say
motherfuckers, I don't wanna kill you. I don't wanna see 10 minutes. I don't wanna see this video. Now get off this video. I kill you. Come to. Get off this video. I kill you. Come to.
For those of you wondering.
Wow. What did he say?
I kill you. I'm like, bro, did you just threaten me?
Wow.
On social media? I mean, hey, dude. I mean, that's it. And I was so confused because I'm like, yo, I didn't cause the damage. Like, why are you threatening me? Maryland's a concealed state. I fear for my life.
That it is.
I fear for my life.
Hey.
What Charleston said, I'm scared. I'm real scared. Right?
So if you run up on him.
Right, but yeah, and I'm just like, bro, like, your family did this. I didn't do this. I'm just I'm talking about my experience with what happened in my house. And and what I personally went through, and I was just documenting this stuff as I do with Turo, with the vending machines, with Airbnb, my house, getting that together. I just document my experiences because I don't know who's going to see it and be like, man, I'm glad you showed me this and showed that it's possible, right? Under your circumstances, because your circumstances may align with mine, or you gave me the courage to go ahead and do it. So when he did that video, I was like, all right, cool. So I did I did just like a reaction video to it. So I just posted that. So this is when I was telling you I was going to bring back up. When I posted it, when we started this podcast, it was at 9 views.
Right.
So now it's at, turn this volume down, 1250.
Wow.
Yeah.
12,500 or
Relax. 1200.
1,200. Okay.
Yeah.
It's still not bad.
Right, and that's what I was saying. I think my TikTok is slowing down a little bit.
Mhm.
The algorithm is slowing down. Instagram, my phone every 3 to 5 seconds is
I
ringing.
think TikTok it grab as soon as you upload more videos, the momentum start to go again.
Yeah. So
it'll go again.
and I don't like the going viral thing. Is like it's great for getting initial attention to my pages and stuff, because like really my main message is just to like show people like, yo, it's possible. There's a lot of resources out there that are free or very low cost that you can use to get into a position similar to mine. Because like I know how it was to like not have that money. Right. I'm not saying I came from dirt poor. I'm not saying I came from top of the top. Right. Middle class.
Middle to lower class. Right. I think a lot of people, like most Americans, especially now, they come from middle to low middle class. But I think something you touched on earlier was people in your comments.
Real quick, I don't want nobody like, oh, I know him, bro. I did not come from middle to lower class. Yes, I came from middle to upper class, but I was that very independent type where I didn't ask my parents for no money since middle school. Like they got me stuff, but I was so independent and hard driven that I did stuff for myself. So I just want to put that out there.
Okay. I mean, middle class. You wasn't handed a silver spoon.
Basically.
But something you said earlier was people in your comments were saying like, how are you so calm and things? And I would like to think that, you know what, we touched on that in one of our previous episodes with a Dr. Darrell Webster. Well, he actually got back to me. He's not a doctor. He's a clinical therapist.
Okay.
So it's not a doctor. But we touched on this, and so like how, like for entrepreneurs, like how do we stay calm and how do we get through their trials and tribulations?
Resilient.
And in times where we need to be resilient. So definitely check out one of those videos because that definitely may inspire you as well.
Yeah. And I think that to the younger audience, when I say younger, I mean like 16 to like 24, right? Try as much stuff as you possibly can because you need to learn to fail. And when you fail at certain things, well, one, you only fail if you give up. But two, there's a lesson and a blessing in everything, right? And that's the way I personally look at it. I remove my feelings from a lot of these situations. I'll experience frustration and anger and being upset, but I won't physically be angry or upset because I'm like, yo, this moment is just that. It's just a moment that I'm feeling this thing, right? Or experiencing this. And so when you start doing that over time, you build up this like, what's that? Like this threshold where it's like my risk tolerance.
Yeah. Pain threshold. Right,
pain threshold. Like, I have a very high threshold because I've had small things and larger things, and then back small things, and then like I just keep putting myself in positions to experience these things because I'm like, yo, I want to be in control of my life. I don't want life controlling me. So I'm gonna go out and go, like, instead of going to the club and buying clothes and buying all this other stuff, I'm gonna spend every dollar I got on a house, right? Or I'm gonna spend every dollar I got on a course or something to put me into position to get me into that next level. I'm going to force myself into that next level rather than be like, man, I ain't got it like that, right?
Makes sense. That makes sense. I wouldn't consider this situation a loss at all. Now,
Not close.
now, of course, there may be some monetary loss, so temporary monetary loss.
Temporary.
But
That's it.
you'll make that back. But what you just gained from this situation, like,
Bro.
yo, this is just open doors that weren't open 5 days ago.
Let me try to clip this one up. Me getting my Airbnb trashed led to me growing my followers from 1,000 to 30,000 in a week. Me getting my Airbnb trashed led to me having experiences and being able to get all new things in my Airbnb without having to spend my own money.
You just 30 extra social in
Literally.
5 days.
Right? Me getting my Airbnb trashed allowed me to now reach a larger audience that now sees my videos, that is inspirational and motivational. And I can't tell you the amount of video or comments that I say, thank you. I needed this. This was so needed for this situation. Because, bro, there's enough negativity on the internet.
Exactly. And another thing with this does is, like, some of your older content where you said that you weren't breaking through the glass ceiling. So now you have a larger audience.
Mm-hmm.
So the larger audience is now discovering those things that you did in the past. And, like, as you said, those things can be helpful, because you were telling people how you paid for a trip to the West Coast strictly off of credit card points and things like that. And so, like, that would benefit someone. You were telling people how they can break into tech. You were showing people how at 25 years old you bought your dream car.
Yeah.
We have a podcast episode on that. Check that out. And so these are some of the like the blessings that we like. This is, bro, like. And so you didn't even know that, like, you just put people around you in your orbit in a position to be blessed, because I'm expecting this, like, our podcast to grow now, because
And I tell my closest people, I'm like, get the fuck ready. Get ready, because now I have the clout and the following to support the messages. Because before it was like, oh, that's just a kid with a nice car.
Right.
Now it's like, oh shit, that's respectable size audience, decent job, dream car, investments, assets, positive message, right? And I'm like, nah, I'm throwing genuine content out there, right? And so the people that now associate with me are going to be able to benefit from that. And that's my entire goal, right? We were talking about this last podcast where I'm like, yo, I got into this apartment to be able to, like, also bring people up. Be like, yo, because most people don't go to rooftops. And I can be like, yeah, no, just come on up, we'll parlay, we'll talk, we'll chop it up, we'll discuss the business goals and create vision boards and stuff like that on the rooftop. Fire pit, with the grill, stuff like that.
Yo, this rooftop is during the spring and summer. Oh my gosh.
Going crazy.
It's going to be lit.
Spring, summer, and fall. It's going crazy.
It's going to be lit.
Right? And that's my biggest thing, is I just want to do philanthropy to be able to give back, because I realize how blessed I am in these moments. And through my blessings, I can then dish out more blessings, because I made a pact with myself and God. I said, yo, in order for me to make more money, I got to add more value to people.
Correct.
I can't want more money without adding more value to people.
It's crazy you said that. It's kind of crazy, because I was listening to one of the guys that me and you both listen to, Myron Golden.
Yeah.
And the video was, why do some YouTube channels fail? Right. And one of the things he said was, when I make content now, the last person I look to serve is myself. When I make content, I'm looking to serve other people.
Absolutely.
Like, I look to solve other entrepreneurs' problems, or people's problems, and so in return, I'll be blessed. Right. And so that just really says something. It's kind of crazy how I listened to that maybe an hour before we or on my way here, and you just said that. So sorry to cut you off on that.
Yeah, and like I said, Yeah, this was.
Check out my recording page. Shout
Yeah.
out to him.
Again, the ability to bless other people, and realize, yo, I'm in a position where I already have that thing, right? And I'm talking about my experience, but I'm also talking about how you can get to that, right? And so through that, I'm able to then leverage those situations to talk to other people who may be at a higher status and start bridging that gap. And I'm not saying I'm like, oh, well, I'm so great that I can, start doing this, and you poor broke people need help. It's not that, because like I understand and I know what it's like to have no money. During COVID, I didn't have money. I didn't have a job. I didn't have an outlook on life, and I just had to just sit and just think to myself, like, what's next? So some people just want that opportunity. They just don't know where that opportunity is. And with that, like that gift and that blessing that's been bestowed upon me, right? I want to give back. So then I can go ahead and say, yo, look, I'm already talking to the Lambo guys, the Ferraris, the real estate developers who have, $40 million networks, $90 million networks.
Right.
I want to bridge that gap between the person who is an inner city kid who doesn't know and understand what I'm talking about. And so to me, when I can bridge that gap and get their audience and bring the money down,
Correct.
that's how I do OPA to OPM. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you. Peace.